So the Nuggets against the Lakers game just finished, and the collapse from the Lakers was series breaking. Before that, let's start with the Sixers-Knicks game because I'm not even sure which collapse was worse. Just like in game 1, the Sixers were giving Jalen Brunson fits, blitzing, forcing him to give up the ball. That's pretty much the obvious thing to do in a game where they're without their second best player, and it's worked out pretty well in terms of limiting his scoring. I will say that down the stretch he was missing some shots that you would usually see him make, especially when he was in single coverage. The unfortunate thing about this is that this is the second game in a row where they dared Josh Hart to beat them, which is a viable strategy. He's not a good three-point shooter, but he ended up knocking down 4 of them this game, and last game he was hitting some shots in the fourth where his team really needed him to. On the Sixers side, Tyrese Maxey has been their best player for the first 2 games, and it's really been on him to carry the load with Embiid playing on one leg, and he's been doing that pretty well. 35, 9, and 10 this game, nearing a triple-double on efficient shooting as well. He's an elite north-south guy, and there's really no one on the court that can keep up with him. Now going down to the last minute of the game, the Sixers are up 101-96. Brunson loses the ball, Dante DiVincenzo recovers it, gets it back to Brunson who's in the corner, and he takes a sidestep 3 which bounces in. 27 seconds left. The Knicks double Maxey on the inbound, he gets some space so Lowry passes it to him, and Maxey fumbles it, falls on the ground with the ball expecting a foul, so it's easy for Josh Hart to strip him, who gives it to DiVincenzo who misses, rebound Hartenstein, back to DiVincenzo, his 3-pointer, bang. On that inbound play, usually you'd want to see Embiid get the ball first, so that would give Maxey more time and room to run, receive the ball, and that just doesn't happen. And then you get that play there where he's trapped and he has to fall and he loses the ball. The Sixers have no timeout. Maxey attempts to leverage his speed and he does get to the basket, but here comes Isaiah Hartenstein with the clutch block from behind. He's been a very underrated defender this season. Play very good defense this game. Next, the Sixers foul. They're down 3 and they can't even get a good shot off. It's just a deep 3 from Embiid after Maxey gives him the ball at the last second. Completely unreal. And this is just a brutal loss by the Sixers because not only are you now down 2-0, Jalen Brunson has been terrible these last 2 games. Terrible. And he's their only reliable shot creator. Like I've said before, even if Julius Randle has been a historically bad playoff performer, he's still another creator that can take off the bodies chasing Brunson. And these last 2 games, Brunson has made 16 out of his 55 shots. That's 29% from the field. 29. He might not have a game as bad as this again, so to lose these 2 games is heartbreaking. Now I know that there is arguing on whether Maxey was fouled on that inbound play, but man, that's a tough loss. Now, for the second collapse of the night, we have the Lakers-Nuggets game, which throughout the first 3 quarters, I expected the Lakers to pull out the win. AD had 32 points in the first 3 quarters. He was going at Jokic. LeBron was putting him in actions and having AD attack, and he was just not missing at all. He was also hitting mid-range jumpers as well, which he'd been struggling with the past few seasons. Yeah, AD had 0 points in the fourth. D'Lo, 21 the first 3 quarters, looking like the players the Lakers want him to be. 2 in the fourth. The Lakers had a 20-point lead early on in the third quarter and did well to maintain it early on. They made sure to win out the non-Jokic minutes, and combining that with Jamal Murray not being able to buy a bucket for the majority of the night, he was going 3 for 16 throughout the first 3 quarters, and it looked like a sure win. D'Lo was finally playing well. It was like the recipe to beating them was coming into fruition, and then the Nuggets just went on multiple runs. A 14-4 run at the 8-minute mark in the third, all the way to the 2-minute mark, and the end of this quarter down 10. If the Lakers scored, they would score 3 more until LeBron, who wasn't scoring very well, hit 2 major threes in a row with less than 6 minutes left in the game. It should have been over then. Maintained the 8-point lead with 6 minutes left. The Nuggets offense has been bad this game. Just stay consistent and don't let up. 2 minutes left and the Nuggets are down 2. Jokic refuses to miss by the basket. Jamal Murray is finishing at the rim and MPJ ties the game with a 3, where it looked like Jokic may have gotten fouled while coming up the court. He throws it up. Aaron Gordon, who almost falls out of bounds, gets it to MPJ and he knocks on the 3. The Lakers are up 2 thanks to a LeBron layup, and Jamal Murray all of a sudden has his life back into him and he hits a midi to tie the game. And then with 18 seconds left, LeBron gets the most wide open 3 the Lakers were ever going to get after KCP falls to the ground and he misses it. Mike Malone doesn't use a timeout. Jamal Murray drives in and steps back in the corner and hits a fadeaway over AD to win the game at the buzzer. Now, I'm not a Lakers fan, but I feel for them. And that's the type of collapse that you just sit in your room and think about for the next hour. Completely haunting. This was likely the worst game the Nuggets will play this series. Almost everything was in the Lakers' favor, and once again, it's the same story for what feels like the 1,000th time. The Lakers get what should be a comfortable lead, and then the third quarter Nuggets completely take over and the Lakers can't stop them in the fourth. One thing confusing about this game, mainly in the fourth quarter, was the lack of actions with AD, even though it worked so well before. I don't know if this was a decision Darvin Ham made or if it was player discretion, but AD only having 1 shot attempt in the fourth after dominating all game can't and should not happen. You gotta keep going at it until it stops working. Now you're down 2-0 and it's looking pretty much over. I don't know how they can come back from a devastating loss like this. This night was an overall incredible night of playoff basketball. There's more hoops on ahead. Series deciding games are arriving soon. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, or consider it maybe. Leave your thoughts down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.